Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the Flow Show, no filter. Back for another Friday. Today is TGIFPD. What does TGIFPD stand for? Put it in the chat. Good to be here today, feeling good. Everything is seeming so bright. It's all about communication. You know, we communicate with my people. I love you. All the thoughts, views, and opinions shared on the Flow Show, no filter, are for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a professional. I am just good. What's up? What's up today? If you good, put a 1 in the chat if you love your boy Flo. Put a 1 in the chat if you love your boy Flo. And you love for this show to get started. I need the ones in the chat because somebody told me there's been trouble at home. Because we never talk a lot when we spend time alone. Yeah. So how are we supposed to know that something is wrong? And girl, we got a way to communicate. It keeps a happy home. And no one does it like me. I know for sure. Has the kind of whip appeal on me. Yeah, keep on whipping on me. Hey, whatever you want is all right with me. It's all right with me, because you got that whip appeal. So whip it on me. Come on, y'all. It's better than sweet as can. Sweet as you got that whip appeal. So work it on me. Yeah. I had to come in with a little song. Keep on whipping on me. Babyface, that was my boy. Babyface. Whip appeal. There you go. Whip appeal. Whip it on me. You know that whip appeal hanging with me. Let's go. So Diddy. We got some Diddy news today. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Diddy ass is getting on motherfuckers' nerves. We gonna talk about it. Another day of Diddy getting on people's nerves. Who we got in here today? Let's do a roll call before we get into this mess. What's up, Grandma Kathy, Melissa, Tracy, Angie? What's up? Hey, it's like the DMX. It was Grandma Kathy, Melissa, Tracy, and Angie. Shauna, Lily. What they want from me? What's up, y'all? Feeling good? Where's Shauna at? We had Shauna in the building. Let me put Shauna in there. I know Shauna has some heart hands for us this morning. Come on, Shauna, aka Hips in here. Come through. But y'all know we gotta talk about Diddy today. Diddy. For all you Diddy fanatics, we got our trolls. Come on, Diddy doing what he gotta do. He be out soon. Man, y'all been saying that for a minute. My nigga said nigga never have a shirt on. What? Man, who can afford a shirt? Man, you rich, man. I can't afford no shirt. Nigga, groceries is $1,000. My light bill, $1,000. Rent, car note, insurance, going out. I can't. Hey, look. Shout out to y'all that can afford a shirt. I can't afford no shirt. I found a cheat code. I don't need a shirt. Nigga, you gotta wear a shirt. You wear your shirt. Cause you gotta put one on. I ain't gotta do that. I do what I want to do. No, I just play it. I'm just playing George Sims Jr. But you keep putting your shirt on, man. Don't worry about my shirts. My shirt's gonna be where they at. Bandana, like tell him, Desi, bandana is enough. Desi, tell him, bandana is enough. I don't need all that. Lucky I got the bandana on. Shit. Tell him, Melissa, fuck a shirt. George Sims cracking up. Sure. And if Trump keep putting these tariffs on, I won't even have no bandana on. Hey, if Trump keep raising these tariffs and ain't no SNAP benefits and everybody's struggling, I might not even have a bandana on in a minute. We might just be straight. How the Lord, look, I might be coming on the show just how the Lord made me. Y'all shit. When it get to the point where you don't even see no damn bandana, you're gonna be like, oh, them bills getting hot. Flo came on the show, he ain't had shit on. Done pawn the bandana. Mr. Flo, who cares? You're still. Maybe see Grandma Kathy say, Mr. Flo, whom cares? You're still handsome. Tell him, Grandma Kathy. Tell George Sims Jr. coming in here talking about I don't never had no shirt on. Grandma Kathy hit you with the whom, with the M at the end. You know somebody getting at you when they put the M at the end of the who. Whom cares? I like that, Grandma Kathy. Whom cares? It's Friday. It's Flo's payday. We got Diddy news. The people is coming on in. People is cracking up. I don't even know what we laughing at, but I know it's something funny going on in the Chiznat. They said, hey, look, they said, hey, C Tuck, will you be shirtless too when you make your appearance? Oh, we got somebody who grew up with Puffy, y'all. So George Sims Jr., you grew up with Puffy, man. Has he always been has he always been a thug, man? You grew up with him. Tell us about him. Oh, it's getting hey, look, we coming. Hey, look, we coming as we are, huh? Today is a come as we are session. Tahara said, shit, I don't even like wearing a bra. I feel you. It's hot as hell in here. It's hot in here today. I got the heat on. Shit, we gonna bring C Tuck in here sooner than later. We're gonna get C Tuck on the co-host side sooner than later for sure. Big C Tuck. Come on in here, y'all. We talking about Diddy. C Tuck said he coming in here with big shirt on. C Tuck said, hell no, call me T-shirt Tommy. All right, now, class. Let's get on task. Let's get back on task and back on Diddy ass. Steph said, I'm killing y'all. Y'all know how Fridays in. I'm coming in. By the end of this show, I want your fucking stomach hurt from laughing. By the end of this show, I want your fucking eyes. I want you crying. I want you making the ugly face you laughing so hard. I want people be telling me that people be laughing and so much, and that's how people get familiar with my show, because people be around them like, what the fuck are you laughing at? And they be like, it's this dude Flo, man, he funny as fuck. And then next thing I know, now they in the chat. Oh yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for reminding me. It said my Yeti will be here tomorrow. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Chase C, $4.99. We call that a $5 holla. Yeti will be here tomorrow, but I do have my coffee. So shout out to the coffee crew. Shout out to the Wake and Bake. Where the Wake and Bakers at? Thank you, Tracy, for the $5 holla on TGIFPD. Thank God it's Flo's payday. Fridays. I like that. See, Tuck said we call this Fridays. We just coming on here talking about the latest news and just kind of just doing whatever we want because it's a Friday. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about the fact that Diddy, a few things we could talk about. So they ended up shipping Diddy to Fort Dix anyway. And Diddy was lying. And they done came out and said that story about the knife never happened. Well, it didn't happen the way they said. And allegedly there was no knife in the picture. So we were all right when we said Diddy was capping about that story. We're going to talk about that. Diddy lied. If anybody's surprised that Diddy's lying ass came with a lie. Look at all the puff. Okay, y'all representing today. The Wake and Bake crew is representing. Y'all MFs is high. I got some jokes for y'all ass then too. I got some jokes for that ass too. Yeah, so we're going to talk about that. So we're going to talk about the lying story that we all knew was a lie. We're going to talk about him going to the place he wants to go to. And we also going to talk about what his lying ass attorneys have said. They've been taking Diddy's money. They be like, hey, Diddy, like, I need another appeal. Hey, people like, man, you going to be out before that. But then his attorney's like, no, we can get you out. Just send over another $5 million, Diddy. Hey, Diddy, just send over another $5 million, and I think we might be able to get you out this time. They are taking Diddy to the fucking cleaners, these attorneys. It's like Diddy is an unlimited piggy bank for them. If I was Diddy's attorney, it's like Diddy had you like, you'd be like, damn, I need some extra money. Well, let me tell Diddy that I can get him out early. Hey, Diddy, this your attorney, Mark Agnafilo. If we do this appeal, man, we might can get you out in a week. I just need another $5 million. They just keep coming up with new stories and just having Diddy sending wires. Diddy getting pissed off though. Diddy starting to realize he just becoming a bank account for these attorneys. So let's talk about him being moved to Fort Dix. So he's being moved to Fort Dix as he requested. Now, I'm going to give you the article about him being moved to Fort Dix first. But then after that, I'm going to give you some background on why a lot of people didn't want Diddy to go to Fort Dix, or possible reasons. Maybe even the judge had reasons, some of the same reasons. But let's go over this article talking about the Fort Dix transfer. But remember, we got some inside information about Fort Dix, about little loopholes that they have that may allow Diddy to have some extra freedom. So let's get into this article. Then we'll get into the little inside information that we have on why we don't want him at Fort Dix. Wait till I tell y'all what Fort Dix got going on. Maurice Brown Bag. All right, Maurice Brown Bag. He said Fort Penis is a good move. Diddy is going to be out real soon. Okay, so check this out. ABC News, Sean Diddy Combs moved to federal prison to begin serving his sentence. Sean Diddy Combs arrived Thursday at the New Jersey federal prison where he will serve his 4-year sentence for transportation for the purposes of prostitution, multiple sources told ABC News. Combs was transferred this morning from MDC Brooklyn to FCI Fort Dix. Dix with an X. The facility his legal team requested because it offers a special drug treatment program that, if completed, could knock time off his sentence. So they're gonna do. He got the prison where they have a drug program where he can get off super early, or earlier than other places. Mohawk Diddy a motherfucker, ain't he? If it's a loophole, his slimy big head ass gonna find it. But that ain't even the biggest loophole. We gonna get into some shit that's gonna piss y'all off. So y'all hope y'all got plenty of puff and plenty of coffee or drinks or whatever you need to get through this show. Because after we go through this article about how he at Fort Dix, when I already told y'all what's going on in Fort Dix, but we gonna revisit that. Y'all about to be pissed off. But we'll get to that in a minute. Combs is not being housed in the prison's general population, but in the special drug program unit, sources said. Meanwhile, Combs is asking a federal appeals court to expedite his appeal of his conviction on 2 prostitution-related charges, arguing he could finish his prison sentence before his appeal is heard on a normal timetable. The sun is shining. It's bright in here today. I like it. An expedited briefing and argument schedule is critical to ensure that Mr. Combs' appeal of his sentence does not become moot while the appeal is pending, Shapiro, his attorney, said. She said Combs has already served approximately 14 months of his 50-month sentence, and it is unclear how much additional time he will ultimately serve due to his potential eligibility for reduction. Earlier this week, the Bureau of Prisons posted that the agency believes to be Combs' release date. The release date believes to be May 8, 2028. We talked about that right here on the Flow Show No Filter, which is live on YouTube every day, Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And 24/7, we on Apple, Spotify, and all the rest of your big podcast hosting platforms. Matter of fact, we just celebrated our 1-year anniversary yesterday. Clap it up. Let's continue. Combs was convicted of the prostitution. We know that. In his appeal, we know Combs plans to argue that the appeals that the prosecutors misapplied the law. Everybody's wrong except Diddy. Sean's appeal will challenge the unfair use of the Mann Act, an infamous statute with a sordid history, to prosecute him for sex with consenting adults. He has said his counts of conviction should not apply because he had no financial motive for transporting male escorts. Instead, he said he wanted to watch them have sex with his girlfriends. Well, whatever. So he's going to Fort Dix. So why our people don't want him at Fort Dix? They talking about not only is this drug program, but let's go back to, I hope I can find the person, because I believe they sent me some information on Fort Dix. But if it's not the information, so bottom line, all right, well, I can't find it right now, but I remember it from my memory. I got memory of it. Basically, a person hit me up, if y'all remember, somebody hit me up and said, hey, Flo, the reason why the judge doesn't want doesn't want Diddy to go to Fort Dix is because they have some type of work. They have some type of work release. They have some type of work release which will allow Diddy to like be gone from prison and work in some regular job that he might be able to come up with. And so he'll be free, 50% of the time that he's locked up. I wish I could find the actual young lady who gave us that information, because she had somebody, her grandfather was in Fort Dix, and she was saying that people like Fort Dix because they like that program where they are allowed to go work and leave the prison and be out in the field and be out in the free world. And they went on to say that's probably why one of the main reasons the judge didn't want to grant Diddy that place. Yeah, it's a call to work release. They got some type of work release program. Let me see if I can find it on chat. Let's see. Does Fort Dixon federal prison have a work release program? So yeah, y'all. So the person said this is a slick way. Diddy gets in there, gets into his programs. Not only will that drug program knock off, and this is a program really that's exclusive to Fort Dix. Not only will that drug program knock off a lot of Diddy's time, but they also may have some type of work release program. So at any rate, he got the prison that he wanted. Now we got to sit back and see what type of slick shit they got up there, what they got up their sleeve. Lily says, let's go to the chat for a second. Lily says, I call bullshit. The whole case is fucking rigged right from the get-go. This so-called work release, we'll see. Hey, Denise. Denise Taylor says, hey, Flo family, been on vacay for over 2 weeks. Glad to be back. We glad to have you back. Don't leave us for 2 weeks no more. That's a long time. Shit. We grant you a week. We don't grant you 2 weeks, Denise. We grant you a week from here on out. 2 weeks is too long to be away from the Flo Show family. We start feeling like mistreated when you leave us that long. Maurice Brown says, Flo, it's inevitable. The man needs to be released immediately. His appeal is coming. Then he won't be locked up for too much longer. Thank you for chiming in, Maurice. But people are sick about that. Let's see what Mel Max said before we go. And next, next week going into the story that Diddy got caught up in a lie. That story about him being woke up to being held at knife point. The story that we came out and said it was fabricated to try to help get him released. Well, that whole story has hit the fucking fan. Like Ron Artest back in Malice in the Palace. That whole story has became a fiasco. It's not true. It's a bunch of bullshit. And we about to go into that. It was no knife point. It was no him waking up. Is that Toom? Hey, Toom. All right, real quick, before we go into Diddy's lying-ass story. Toom, is your ass Maurice? Or Maurice, are you Toom? I need to know that. Yo, look, you trying to be slick. You about slick as Diddy. You and Diddy, y'all some slick, man. Hey, you gotta watch you. Hey, look, you gotta hold your purse tight and grip your pockets with the little Mohawk Diddies around. They slick. Damn, y'all slick. Damn, Tune. Hey, Tune. Tune said I had to. Hey, Tune, did you do that? George Sims Jr. Before we get into this Diddy line, that story, breaking news. George Sims Jr. says Melissa's a cutie. Grandma Cassie said greasy hands need greasy pockets. Okay. That's good coffee. That's good coffee, Melissa. Don't waste good coffee now. Don't waste it like I did. Oh, update. Remember I spilled my coffee? I went up to Starbucks. Shout out to Starbucks for giving me this remake for free. Starbucks, I went up there and told them that I spilled my coffee. They said, man, we got you, Flo. We know you a clumsy motherfucker. Here you go. All right, let's debunk this story. There's my giggle. Hey, yeah, we're gonna do that. Whoever the first time that giggle comes, we're gonna give a prize to whoever every show, whoever spots the first giggle. Because I never hear it. I never know when that giggle's gonna giggle or goggle. I never know when that giggle is about to goggle. I just don't never know. It's so natural. I never know when my giggle is gonna giggle or goggle. So, all right, let's get into this story. So, what happened was an inmate came. All right, y'all know Diddy came out with this story. Let me start from the beginning. Back it up, Flo. Caffeine had me going too fast sometimes. Let me slow the fuck down. Slow your ass down, Flo. I know it's Friday, but take your time and land this plane. So, there's a story that came out about Diddy in the last week or so. About somebody had put a knife to his throat and threatened his life, and he woke up to this madness. Now, it was already controversy about this story because this story was a rehashed, retold story from a while ago. So now, we already didn't buy it and knew it was some type of motive behind it. We knew it was a motive behind it, and Diddy was trying to get out. Now, not only did we find out that the story was a lie and it was reinvented, they redid the story. They took a story, made it sound a little juicier, and rehashed it to try to get Diddy out of there and make it look like his life in danger. Well, an inmate who was serving time at the same time as Diddy done came out and spilled all the fucking beans. He said Diddy ain't wake up to no damn knife. We was watching Love and Hip Hop Housewives or some shit. You know, I don't watch them shows. I think they was watching Basketball Wives or Love and Hip Hop Basketball. I don't know what the fuck. Love and Basketball Hip Hop. One of those shows. Love and Hip Hop, Basketball Wives and Hip Hop. One of those shows Diddy and them was watching, and let's get into what the hell happened. I just call them the shows where I call those shows like Love and Basketball Hip Hop and Basketball Wives and Tamar Braxton's and all that. I call those shows the shows where somebody always get a drink thrown in their face. So when I'm trying to describe those shows, I'll be like, the show where they always getting a drink thrown in their face. Because every time I see a highlight of Love and Basketball or Basketball Wives, somebody getting a fucking drink thrown in their damn face. And I'm like, that's why I could never be on that show, because I'm not letting nobody. You can't throw no damn drink in my damn face. Anyway, let's get into this story, man. He done been. The diddler has been exposed yet again. This comes from the Los Angeles Magazine. An ex-inmate details Sean Diddy Combs' life inside of MDC Brooklyn. Says knife attack was over a chair while watching, Basketball Wives. That's what it's called. It's just more, listen, it's just more evidence to Hera that this whole thing it was all made up, and it's just unraveling right in front of our very eyes. And I can't say that I'm mad about it. I like to see when fabricated stories get just ran through the mud. Speaking of fabricated story, kind of like the one with the lady who said, the brick lady who said somebody hit her in the head with a brick, and it never happened. Well, she just got time because she started a GoFundMe, got $40-something thousand off a fake story, and now she about to be serving time and probation. And she is her name was Rhoda. I actually broke that story. Matter of fact, that was another story that you heard about that story because of me. If you heard about the Rhoda, the one who said a guy hit her in the head with a brick and nobody did nothing. Anyway, side note, she has been banned from social media for 10 years. I only bring that up because I love when fabricated stories come to the internet and just get obliterated. So now this former inmate talking about this happened. They was watching Basketball Wives. So that's what it's called, Basketball Wives. In the first interview since leaving federal custody, Raymond Castillo, a former inmate at Metropolitan Detention Center, says hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs was nothing like the media headlines suggested. Castillo not only lived with him at MDC, but he was also a student of Combs. Castillo, who spent 46 months at the facility on a drug-related offenses and served as Combs' teacher's assistant in a self-created business and leadership course, described the former music star as a humbled man who united rival gangs, preached faith, and helped him change his life. Man, Diddy is putting people, if this was Diddy, this is Diddy's teacher's pet. Let's read through the lines. I'm not about to buy nothing that Diddy's teacher's pet. Diddy's teacher's pet? As narcissistic as Diddy is, do you know how much ass this young man had to kiss to be Diddy's assistant? So he lying. But let's continue and listen to what his lying ass got to say. Before we finish this, continue with this load of crap. He is put out here to speak for Diddy. Diddy told him he gonna take care of him when he get out. He on here to make Diddy look like a changed, humbled man. This guy goes on to say, before I met Diddy, I was ready to go right back into crime. He told me if I did, I'd end up dead or back in jail. Every plan, he said, needs God in it. Now, he making Diddy sound like Martin Luther Diddy. So now he just Martin Luther Diddy. This is hilarious. This is like those commercials I used to be on when we was a little kid. And they'd be like, so you sitting on the couch and you ain't got nothing to do. Well, we could give you a plan. We could do this. We could do that. It's like one of those fucking infomercials. So you're sitting on the couch. You don't know what to do. Well, you need to talk to Martin Luther Diddy, who has all the answers. Check out what Castillo says. Castillo says, Before I met Diddy, I was ready to go right back to crime. But thanks to Diddy, I didn't go back to crime because Diddy told me if I did, I'd end up dead or in jail. And God, everything needs God in it. And another thing Diddy told me is 5 fingers spread apart is just a hand. But if you take those 5 fingers and you put them together, you can strike a mighty blow. Look at that. Nah, I made that. He didn't say don't strike no mighty blow. But he might as well. This is some bullshit. Diddy. He painting Diddy to be fucking Martin Luther Diddy. According to Castillo, Combs founded an entrepreneurship and personal development program that became one of the most unlikely success stories inside a federal lockup. The class was held once a week for 2 hours. It shockingly drew Blood, Crips, MS-13 members, and inmates of every race into the same room for lessons on discipline, faith, and self-improvement. Damn, Diddy, you did all this? And this inmate just felt so compelled to tell all of this on his own, no financial gain, no promises from the Mohawk man himself. He goes on to say it's something that has never been done in the prison system. Blacks stick with blacks, whites stick with whites, Spanish stick with Spanish, especially gang members. But not when it comes to Diddy. Diddy was able to unify everybody. For those 2 hours, there were no fights, no games, just people focused on change. Man, somebody, I'm about to throw my damn, I'm about to throw my coffee up. This can't be the same Diddy that was putting hands, feet, and paw and running amok on the whole fucking nation. This can't be the same Diddy that was beating up every woman he loved and blowing up people's cars. I must be thinking of a different Diddy. He said the program impressed even correctional officers who initially thought a brawl was breaking out when they saw 30 men gathered in one room. When they realized it was class, they were speechless. Castillo recalled. They say all races, all cultures together, and it was Diddy up there teaching everyone. Castillo also clarified months of tabloid speculation that Combs had survived an attempted shank attack behind bars. He didn't wake up to no knife to his neck, Castillo said, and I was the one who intervened. So now he didn't wake up with no knife on the neck. It was basketball wise. He recounted that the confrontation began over a cheer, not a planned attack. A West Coast gang member serving a 30-year sentence tried to take a seat Combs was already using while watching Basketball Wives. So Diddy watching Basketball Wives, according to this story, gang member comes up and say, "Hey Diddy, I'm gonna need that seat." Diddy said, "I'm using this seat." Diddy said, "I know you're using it, but I need it now." Diddy said, "Why are you trying to?" He said Diddy didn't flinch. He stayed calm and told him, "Why you coming at me like that over a chair that don't belong to none of us?" When the inmate retrieved a handmade knife from a hiding spot, Castillo said he grabbed the man's arm before he could strike. Diddy just got up and told him, "You might need to pray," Castillo said. He tried to calm the guy down and he offered to pray with him. And the guy said, "I've never seen anyone handle it like that." Castillo added that Combs later spoke up for the would-be attacker, asking guards not to remove him from the unit. Combs, Castillo said, lived like an ordinary inmate, no special treatment, same meals, same cold trays, same lockdowns. But when he wasn't teaching, he often paced in slow circles around the unit, saying prayers. We thought he was going crazy, Castillo said with a laugh. I asked him what he was doing, and he told me he was having long conversations with God. He said if God put him there, it was for a purpose, to help people who lost hope. So Diddy said God put him in prison to help people. He didn't put him in prison to hold him accountable for shit that he did. Pay attention to the words that are said in this article. People really dying in there, he said. It's a war zone. I've seen people get stabbed and have their lungs collapse. Diddy lived through all that. No special treatment. Casillo says Combs' teachings pushed him to convert to Islam, finish his sentence with purpose, and reject the criminal lifestyle that landed him there. He believed in me when I couldn't believe in myself, Casillo said. I thank God for putting Diddy in my life. That was a blessing in disguise. Yuck. Yuck. Yuck, 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 yuck. I don't like this. I don't like this story at all. I hate this fucking story. Hey, I see why. Was it Tahira that said she turned this interview off? I see why you I hate this fucking inmate. I hate this story. I'm tired of Diddy. What these crazy ass heal the world. Look at all the rolling eyes. So many eyes rolling in the chat. Yeah, hey, look, hey, George Sims said Puff in there acting like a Michael Jackson Who's Bad video. Now, George Sims, you ain't never lied about that. Like George Sims said, Diddy, in other words, Diddy was like, it was big fights break out, and Diddy walk up in the middle of the Bloods over here and the Crips on the right, the Bloods on the left, and Diddy just talking to everybody and making everybody not fight, not do nothing. What y'all gonna do? They paying not Diddy to be this guy right before the fight break out. What y'all gonna do with y'all life? Y'all gonna just throw it away? We need to all unite and be as one. Shut up. It never happened. It never happened, Diddy. You're not Martin Luther Diddy. You're not walking up in between the Bloods and the Crips and grabbing them both by their shirts and telling them, Kumbaya, Hakuna Matata. Hey, they act like Diddy just like the Lion King, just coming in the middle of the inmates, stopping fights by coming in there singing and dancing, talking about Hakuna Matata. It means no worries. This can't be the Diddy we saw putting fucking this can't be the Diddy we saw throwing vases and kicking and booting people and blowing up cars. This Martin Luther Diddy. Martin Luther Diddy. Diddy said he did these crimes so that God would lock him up so he could go to prison to help the prisoners not commit crimes no more. That's why he committed his crimes, and that's why God sent him to jail, according to Diddy. See, everybody else, they just do crimes and they get held accountable. No, Diddy did his crimes on purpose because God wanted him to go to prison so he could help the prisoners. Man, Diddy, your ass is something else. I'm with Tahira. I hate this inmate. But if you start something, you gotta finish it. So we're gonna finish this little made-up ass story. But I don't like it. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If I wasn't the type of person that always like to finish what I'm start, I would end this fucking article. I'm being straight up honest with y'all. When he said, I thank God for putting Diddy in my life, I about wanted to throw my phone in Lake Erie. But I remembered that I need to read the rest of the article. And this is a show going on, the Flow Show No Filter. So I couldn't finish the show if I threw this phone in Lake Erie. You get what I'm saying? So let's continue. as the lies just flow. The leadership course Combs designed, Castillo added, has since been sanctioned by the Bureau of Prisons as an official rehabilitation program, now being expanded to other facilities. Man, maybe we had it all wrong, man. Maybe Diddy is just doing his job that God told him to do. God told him to put hands, feet, and paws all over every girl he cared about or quote unquote cared about. It was God's plan for him to hire sex workers and have them bash the brains out of his girlfriends back to back to back, even when they were throwing up and they were hurting. He'd tell them to get back in there. This was all part of God's plan and it all. And he did all that because God wanted him to go to prison to help the prisoners stop crime. I can't make this shit up, y'all. I can't make this shit up, y'all. I told y'all I want y'all fucking stomach to hurt after this episode. This is a Friday. Thank God it's Flo's payday. Hey, thank God it's Flo's payday. George Sims says he's out of here. He'll catch us soon. He'll catch me soon. And he said, Melissa, stop blocking your blessings. Melissa, you got a little do we got a love connection in the Flow Show No Filter? Somebody got a crush on Melissa Zuppo. Come on down. It's The Price is Right. You got an admirer. Hey, Grandma Kathy said I was hot, but I get too mad with this Diddy shit. Yeah, Diddy something else. Tabitha caught the giggle. Let me see, Tabitha, you caught the giggle. Who was the first one to catch the giggle? Tabitha. Tabitha caught the giggle. Let's give Tabitha her prize. Shout out to Tabitha with the beautiful profile pic. And shout out to everybody in the chat for coming with y'all profile pics. I think today we got all profile pics in the chat. Let's see. Oh, man. So I guess we didn't have a love connection. Melissa says she's taken. Angie is her wife. Damn, George. You might have to come with something else, George. Try another one, maybe tomorrow. So after we get that inmate, Castillo, you dead wrong for that. We know your story is fabricated because you were Diddy's assistant. You was Diddy's personal assistant in this program that Diddy invented. You were his teacher's pet. So I don't trust a motherfucking thing that you say. Also, to another thing, today is Diddy, and Mo Diddy, but no Diddy. Diddy's attorney, Mark Agnifilio, thinks the mogul will be released early. We hate TM Sleazy, but we got to watch their ass. So this is from TM Sleazy. Diddy attorney, he'll be out sooner than the feds think. The feds are projecting Sean Diddy Combs will be released from custody on May 8, 2028, but his attorney thinks he will be a free man even sooner. We got Mark Agnifilio in New York City on Thursday, and our photog asked him about the Bureau of Prisons' estimated release date. Mark, who delivered a stirring closing argument at Diddy's criminal trial this summer, says he's feeling as Diddy will walk free before the date provided by the feds, in part because he thinks Diddy will be a model citizen behind bars. Diddy's been locked up since September 2024 arrest, and Mark says he's anxious to get out so he can reunite with his mother and family. Another way Diddy could walk free sooner than later, he asked President Trump for a pardon, which I'm getting sick and tired of hearing about this fucking pardon. Let's stop talking about it. Please. Whenever he ends up released, Mark says Combs is going to make the most of it, and he's thankful. The jury didn't convict him on charges that would have put him in prison for life. Sheesh. These attorneys, they know how to get Diddy's money. I got to give Diddy's attorneys credit for one thing. They know how to take Diddy's money. They're going to keep promising getting Diddy out sooner and sooner and sooner until he's finally out and Diddy realized all they've been doing is just taking his damn money. He ain't gonna be out no time soon. Trump ain't gonna do shit. I like the way Denise said it. Trump ain't gonna do shit. That was the most famous. And you could take Trump name out of it, but in my hood, that was the most famous. You ain't gonna do shit. I remember that was the famous toxic ass relationship when you was a little kid and you used to hear like older couples arguing, and then the man or the woman, this is back in the toxic ass 80s, 90s, 80s for sure. They'd be the arguing, and the man would be like, woman, I told you to da-da-da-da-da. And the woman would say, man, you ain't gonna do shit. My Aunt Janice was good for that. She was a little tough cookie. My Auntie Janice would tell a man in a minute, you ain't gonna do shit. I used to be like, damn, my Auntie Janice is a fucking beast. Go ahead, Auntie Janice. Rest in peace, Auntie Janice, my favorite. One of my favorite aunties of all time. Shout out to you, Auntie Janice. You would have loved this show if you were alive to see it and listen to it. But anyway, like Denise said, Trump ain't gonna do nothing. What a TGIF. Thank God it's Flo's payday. Halloween. Let's get some Halloween. What everybody being for Halloween? Anybody dressing up? Rest in peace, Auntie Janice. Yes, Angie, for sure. One of my favorite aunties of all time. Yeah, Diddy got a lot of lawsuits coming up. Little Rod. Let's see if we got any other new ones. I don't know about any new ones. But the ones with the underage 17-year-old woman, that has got some legs. A couple of them have got thrown out. Here go this line. If y'all want to know what the line inmate look like, this is line ass right here. I would have said, sir, it appears to be that you're lying. Would I be correct in that assumption? That's what I would have asked him. Your story doesn't jive. Cuz Lightyear, okay. Okay, a short banana. Lily gonna be herself. Melissa's costume is a secret. Okay, we can't wait to see that, Melissa. Everybody says, see, Tuck, that's freaking awesome. They're going hard for this appeal, y'all, and they're trying to expedite it. In other words, Diddy, give me some more money. That's what they're saying. Expedite in legal terms, when you're dealing with a lawyer, expedite means more money, more money, more money. This is getting out of hand. C-Tuck, oh yeah, thanks, Angie. I'm still deciding. Melissa. I haven't decided yet. I'm a last minute. I'm a last minute person. C-Tuck said, make sure you tag George in the pictures, Melissa. George, I thought you was gone. George, I thought you said you had to run. Melissa here, you can't even leave. Didn't George say he had to run like 10 minutes ago? Melissa, hey, look, George don't want to leave. Enoch said she about to get out of here. Enoch, you gone? Enoch? She says, I'm out, fam. Everywhere. Have a great Halloween weekend. Love y'all. I think she said, I think she meant everyone. Angie said, he all up in her girl's grill. He said, walks by me every day. Her and love are the same. The woman has stolen my heart, and Melissa is her name. I'm hoping I can have your heart. Sorry, didn't notice you there. But then again, you didn't notice me. So we'll remain passers-by until the next time we meet. I'm hoping I can make you mine. For another man steals your heart. And watch this beauty pass by. We will never ever part. Beauty is her name, or is it Melissa? I don't know, but George, since we starting to get a little we getting a little vibe in here. Don't tell me we about to start eventually. Now I ain't saying Melissa and George, because George got a long way to go, because Melissa said she taken. So George ain't even on first base yet. George still at home. George hasn't got to first base yet. But don't tell me we're gonna eventually have little people that's gonna meet through our community, a little matchmaking flow. Trick or treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat. If you don't, I don't care. Something about my underwear. That's what Grandma Kathy said. She wanted to send a trick or treat song. Trick or treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat. If you don't, I don't care. Something about my underwear. I forgot. Man, kids is nasty. Megan said, love her some Drew Hill. Oh, yeah, that Drew Hill go hard, don't it? That Drew Hill go hard. Freestyle flow. Flow Friday Serenade. George Sims. This chat gonna be interesting. Oh, I'll pull it down. That's what it was. I can't remember. So since Renee has sharpened my memory, let me say it correctly. Trick or treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat. If you don't, I don't care. I'll pull down my underwear. Man, what was wrong with us? What is wrong with us? That's it. Hey, Lily said, what an awesome show today. My belly hurts from laughing so much. Good. That was the goal. Steph says, Flo, you're the fucking best. You the fucking best. You the fucking best. The best I ever had. Best I ever had. Yeah, what's wrong with us, Melissa? We can't just trick or treat and get candy. We gotta threaten motherfuckers that we gonna pull our underwear down. We needed our ass whooped. I didn't even see how wrong that was to now that I'm an old ass man. Pull your damn underwear up. Talking about if somebody don't give you some damn trick-or-treat candy, you gonna pull down your underwear. We was wilding. Let's end the show right there. We needed our ass whooped back in the day. Happy Halloween to everybody. I look forward to seeing who y'all gonna be. Make sure everybody keep their underwear up for the most part. Much love to another Friday show. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Flo's payday. If you want to hit a super chat before you get the hell out of here, I won't be mad. But other than that, enjoy your weekend. Because if you don't, I don't care. I'll pull down my underwear. What is wrong with us? Let's get the hell out of here, y'all. Let's get our mouths in the chat on that note. Let's get our mouths in the chat on that note. Talking about you don't give me no damn Reese cups. I'm pulling down my damn underwear. We had no sense. That's why, that's why I couldn't remember that line, because my brain even knew that line was wild. I just knew we used to say something about underwear, but I ain't know we were talking about we gonna pull them bitches off. Anyway, let's get our mouths in the chat. Let's see. Love you, Flo. Love you, Flo. See you Monday, and I'm out. Thank you, Megan. Much love to you, Megan. Y'all show me so much love. All I try to do is return the damn favor. Y'all make it easy for me. Let me take a few pictures of some of y'all comments today. Y'all was showing so much love. Best part of waking up is Flo No Filter podcast. I'll take a picture of this. Woo. Yeah. Let's get our mouse in the chat, though. Let's get our mouse in the chat. I told y'all was gonna. I told you your stomach was gonna be hurting today. It's Friday. I'm caffeinated. What the fuck is up? It's Friday. I'm caffeinated. What the fuck is up? C-Tuck says, I'm out. Have a safe and wonderful weekend, everybody. We got to figure it out, Tabitha. She said, so what did I win? Maybe I'll follow you on Instagram. You got an Instagram? Or I'll follow you on Facebook. The giggle is giggling. The giggle has goggled. The best part of waking up is Flo in your cup. Let's get on out of here, y'all. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Steph says, I'm out. I love you all, fam. Love you, Flo. Daddy Flo. Yes, Steph. Love you too. Love you more. All right. I'm going to have to find you on Facebook. Oh, you said no Facebook? I got to find you. We'll figure it out Monday then. As always, I love y'all, but I am out.